WhatsApp sax. WhatsApp sax. WhatsApp sax. Good morning, welcome to today's vlog. Today I'm going to be talking about a brand new product that I'm really thrilled to be bringing you during this lockdown. It's taken me long enough to get around to it. It's something I've thought about for a long while, but it's called WhatsApp Sax. That's WhatsApp Sax. WhatsApp Sax. WhatsApp Sax. WhatsApp Sax. The idea behind it is I get a lot of you who understandably send me videos and things via social media, via Instagram, sometimes via YouTube, and sometimes we've done these DF Blues challenges and they've been great. But I don't really have necessarily the time to be able to go through and critique and go through everyone's playing. And I also don't feel sometimes it's the right forum in which to do it because, really, that's taking time up from me to review your playing, to listen to it, and to be able to give you some critical and good advice, really. What I really need to do is sit with you for a month or so and go through. Now, I haven't got, normally, in my normal schedule, that time to do it. But what I'm really pleased to do with this WhatsApp Sax today is you now have the chance to, let me bring it in here, join me on this new venture, this new course. We're all using WhatsApp more at the moment, and I thought it's a great tool to be able to give you some feedback and to be able to go through some individual things. So you'll see here on the screen what happens is when you contact me is I will send you a welcome message and get your number, and what I'll ask you to do is to go through, hopefully being able to type faster than I can and better than I can, go through, send me a video of you playing. It can be, kind of a 12-bar blues, it can be a piece you're working on, it can be anything really. What I want you to be able to do is I want to be able to hear you play. But one of the things that often happens with these social media videos, when people are sending me, obviously you send me your best stuff, and that's fine. And in this first video, yes, by all means, send me your best stuff. But what I want to see is I want to give you some goals, I want to give you some improvement things, I want to give you some practice strategy ideas that are tailored just to you. So it's not, like Cambridge Saxophone, which I hope is great, and don't forget there are 4 free saxophone lessons below for that. But with Cambridge Saxophone, I have to encompass players all across the spectrum, and the beauty of Cambridge Saxophone is it takes you from being a complete beginner, how to set up the saxophone, like I've said before, to advanced Coltrane harmony, transcription projects on Coleman Hawkins, all sorts of stuff, and it has to encompass that whole wide breadth. And there are 400 video lessons on there, which means there's a fantastic library of stuff. But what most of you really want most of the time is some individual feedback. And let's face it, we all need that. We all need that kind of one-to-one, sometimes tuition. That's why Skype lessons are very popular and all those things. I don't have any space at the moment for Skype lessons, which is one of the other reasons why I'm very keen to basically bring this WhatsApp Sax thing to you. So what you need to do, go to the link below, which is over on Cambridge Saxophone. If you want to sign up for it, it's £25, actually it's £24.95. I've shaved you 5p off. £24.95, and that gets you a month's access. I will respond to the videos within 24 hours, or even the task that I've set you to do. You don't have to send video. You can send audio recordings if you want to. It's really easy to record via audio via WhatsApp. Loads and loads of different ways to do it. If you don't have a smartphone, yeah, I'm going to struggle, but I mean, most people have smartphones, but this is just a new venture I wanted to try out today and give you guys a chance to get some instant feedback on your playing and see how it goes. Oh, yesterday felt so good. I got 90 or just over 90 minutes of soprano practice done. That's the longest I've been able to play my soprano in months. So I was really pleased. Working on a solo with a couple of my soprano sax students on a Branford Marsalis solo that I picked up on my Patreon playlist. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing a new playlist. It's not quite every day at the moment, but I'm trying to do a new playlist as often as possible for my Patreons, and one of them was Branford on the Session. One of them, I never heard this solo before, discovered it whilst compiling the playlist, which has actually been really good. I've really enjoyed doing that. But But it's a solo he plays with James Taylor. It's in D flat on the soprano, quite an unusual scale. Obviously it's a pop solo, so it's quite understated, but still brilliant. So I was working on that, loads and loads of new stuff, and the sun has moved, which has meant the light's off because I need to move the light over there. Anyway, the WhatsApp sax lessons, I mean, I just think, I don't know about you, but I'm spending an awful lot of time on WhatsApp, and most of the time it's kind of funny GIFs or silly videos or daft little memes that people are passing around in groups, and I thought actually it'd be quite nice to use it for something a little bit more useful than just kind of pointless, well, not pointless, because obviously everyone's trying to raise our game, but yeah, just trying to bring something new in. So yeah, by all means check it out. I mean, I've spent a bit of time this week thinking about how it might work. There's loads of resources there. That's the beautiful thing I've got. Because I've got Cambridge Saxophone, there's masses of resource that I can offer you. So yeah, looking forward to it. Seems rather fitting in a way to be launching something today, 5 years ago today, since my teacher Ray Wilkes passed away, and I miss Ray a lot. I wish I'd really been able to appreciate just how good Ray was in the time. Some of the music you've heard today was actually sent to me by, it's Ray on saxophone. It was recorded in 1957 at the ABC in Blackpool. There was a programme on the BBC last week about Blackpool, and it's just amazing, you know, kind of, I'd always known about a lot of it, but it really reinforced kind of what an amazing entertainment centre it was in the 50s, 60s, 70s in the UK. There's a great line in there that, you know, Frank Sinatra played 2 places in the UK. He played the London Palladium and the Blackpool Opera House, and they were the only 2 gigs he ever did in the UK. There were the 2 venues where he played, and all the greats, so many great comedians, particularly in the UK, sort of earned their corn, earned their crust playing in Blackpool. And you know, the kind of this stuff where, you know, there'd be 2 shows a night at the ABC, there'd be 2 shows a night at the Opera House, there'd be 2 shows a night at the Grand. All the peers would have shows, and all those would always have all the best musicians in the north of England, sometimes in the whole of England, playing there. So I've got this email from John Bennett, who is the bass player on those recordings. He's the person who supplied me with those recordings. He says, few people knew of the existence of the Jewish Club, which was under the old Hippodrome, later the ABC in Church Street. It came into its own on Sunday evenings. With it being the Sabbath for the rest of us, it was about the only place in Blackpool where dancing was allowed. Whole families will be there. There were separate rooms. In one, fathers and grandfathers would spend time gambling, and there were some very high rollers. In the other room, the elder generation of ladies played whist, but they also kept an eye on their daughters to make sure there was no fraternising with the other faith band members. Actually, we were accepted and got on well with all age groups. There was dancing for the younger generations. Fortunately, they didn't want the usual dance band music and left the choice entirely with us. All they wanted was a chance to jive with the old smooch number thrown in. Mentioned before about the musicians dropping in, the venue was also popular with some of the singing stars of the day. They would sometimes be persuaded to get up and do a few numbers. Alma Coogan is one of those springs to mind. We had to accompany them without any rehearsal, which was okay, provided they knew the key. Some long-forgotten names didn't even know it. One of those walked off after a few bars because he said the band was useless. Anyway, here are the tapes. And he says, on this regular lineup on a Sunday evening at the Jewish Club in Blackpool was a quartet. The personnel changed from time to time, but the recordings were made Ray on tenor sax and clarinet, Arnold Baldwin on piano, Alan Garlick on drums, and himself on bass. And during the summer season, musicians from the Jewish fraternity who were playing within the summer shows would often come along and sit in. The guitar player on this recording was a guy called Arthur Goulding from London, who was in town accompanying Winfred Atwell, who was topping the bill at the Old Feldman's Theatre. Sorry, don't know what that is. Afraid I can't name the person who was playing the vibes. Just this great idea, and again, for me, it highlights some of the things we've lost, but hopefully we'll regain. But enjoy this version of Ray playing Have You Met Miss Jones with the band as mentioned. Out for my mandated exercise for the day, a long day of Skype teaching again. First thing I did today, the first thing I've ever done today was to use Teams to teach my advanced jazz ensemble. We were looking at So What by Miles Davis. It's just impossible though to do any kind of group ensemble work. All the video just doesn't happen. It's not going to work. But it was really interesting, and let me know if you think that's something you guys would be interested in. Maybe doing over Zoom, maybe something you could do over Patreon in an hour kind of seminar on kind of particularly on So What and all the different ways you can do it. That building you were just looking at over there, is the new headquarters of AstraZeneca in Cambridge when it eventually opens. It's a very stunning building, even more stunning at night when you see it, but I'm just cycling around the science park and then going to head off back home.
Two, three, four.
Absolutely shattered after that cycle ride. 15k. Probably need to build myself up to those kind of distances. One of the gigs I'm going to miss the most not doing is this Bossa Nova gig we had scheduled at the Cambridge Arts Theatre for the end of May, end of this month, doing all this Bossa Nova stuff, and I'm absolutely gutted. It's probably going to be at least a year now until we get the chance to do that gig again. Maybe later this year there might be the chance to do it, but it's still amazing music to play, and it's a different kind of quality of playing. I was talking on the online class I was talking about to you before when we were talking about So What, and what's amazing is how much in themselves these musicians play on Kind of Blue. You know, someone like Bill Evans on the So What, so it's just chords. He's not doing any kind of single line improvisation. How understated it is, and yet how, you know, amazing the music is as well. I think similar stuff with this Bossa Nova stuff. Anyway, that's all for today's vlog. The WhatsApp link is below. Please do check it out. If you want me to give you some direct feedback on your playing within 24 hours, to set you some tasks, give you some stuff to work on, that's the place to go. It will include some video lessons as well, which would just be for the text, but most of the time it's a great way of having an individual lesson. Hopefully it's innovative enough for some of you guys, and it kind of meets that middle road between kind of what's on Patreon, what's on the Cambridge Saxophone website, or individual Skype lessons. And something in the middle there for you. So check it out. Any questions, do let me know. Next vlog, we're going to be doing a Q&A vlog talking about swing feel, which is something I've been preparing for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and check out my last vlog here. This is what I was up to at this time last year. I will see you guys really soon. Sign up for the WhatsApp if you haven't already. Bye-bye.